This presentation is being brought to you on what is called SlideShare. If you ever want to use this, this is another free cloud computing application, and you can put all your slideshows up here and keep them private or public. They can be downloaded, and you can also add MP3 audio to them as well as other applications.
In the beginning, Al Gore gave us the internet. Then broadband got very cheap, and some smart folks realized that not everyone had to build in-house data centers.
It's taking advantage of somebody else's talents, resources, spending, if you would, what they've invested for our own advantage. And as we go through just a few of these applications, and literally thousands more that are out there in cyberspace on the internet and whatnot, a good many of them are free.
It seems like everyone is a member of LinkedIn these days. You've got an online profile that represents your professional experience, education, and recommendations, and you have connections to people that you know and trust. You get the emails, but now what? We're here to show you that LinkedIn isn't about building connections. It's about helping you.
Is to help you save some time in your business. How many of you have ever been in that frustrating experience, particularly if you're trying to schedule an appointment involving 3 people? It's not so hard with 2 sometimes, but when you go to 3 or even 4 people, does it get to be a nightmare trading voicemails and emails and so forth and all like that? Now, while all that's going on, are you making any money? Is your business being more profitable and all? While you're just trying to get together to make a decision to go do something, particularly if it has to be where maybe you want to get actual face time. There are some wonderful tools that we don't have time for today to discuss how you can have a virtual meeting very conveniently so you don't have to travel. But if you want to have actual face time, I'm going to ask Kimberly, what was our experience in using TimeBridge?
Amazing.
There we go. Love those kinds of endorsements. But let's hear it from the creator of TimeBridge, because one of the factors, there have been some studies that have been done on what it takes to get a couple people together, just 2 people. Typically it takes about 7 emails and or voicemails to facilitate it, because I can't meet you on this date, I got to reschedule, can we go to this location, change the time, and all that sort of issue here. But sometimes you like to avoid some cost here. And what I'd like to point out to you is a very useful cloud computing tool called Screen Toasters. As best I can tell, it's actually hosted over in France, but that's the miracle of the internet. I don't really care where it is, okay? It's out there, okay? And I just take advantage of it when I need it and so forth. What Screen Toasters does for you, if you have a website and you would like to demonstrate or show to people, either by adding your own audio to it or just helping people to navigate and so forth, you can use the Screen Toaster. You don't have to download anything on your computer. The video will be saved on the Screen Toaster server, or if you want, you can download it to your computer and then upload it to YouTube, and different combinations that way. So if you have a website, this is most handy for that, a website that sometimes needs a little product demonstration on your part, or your customers would appreciate learning about it, where you can explain more about what it is that you do and so forth, you might want to take advantage of Screen Toasters here. And you're doing the screencasting, and I learned this after I made some very long screencasts in terms of running time. There was a study that was published on the internet recently that says most people, when they visit these video web hosting sites, about 50% of the audience drops off after a minute. So I said, brevity is going to be how I'm going to keep the eyeballs on the screen. So I'm trying to figure out how to do less is better as far as putting a screencast out or anything that I might do, not making it too long, unless you have something that's a very involved subject or topic and you know your audience is going to keep their eyeballs locked on it. Okay, but one of the more aggravating or frustrating things that I had to deal with when I was doing my facilitating and other sorts of work was filling out the proverbial expense report. You know what I mean? Sitting down there at the end of a week on the road and so forth, and you had to fill out and cross the T and dot the I and get all the numbers in the right column. Now, that may affect you, or you may have employees working for you that have to go through a rather cumbersome process as far as getting their expenses collected and so forth. Would you like to have your expense report collected, if you would, or recorded by making a phone call, by sending an email, or something like that? That's what this application can do for you, Expenser, and helps to improve the cash flow. The other applications that you would use to send in your expenses to Expenser is another web application, and when you sign up for that free application, essentially you get a phone number. And right now, with this kind of antiquated phone, it's not, it doesn't do text messages very well and so forth. I make a phone call. Let's say I'm traveling, I'm on the road here, and I stop in with my rental car and I fill up with gas. Well, I get reimbursed for the gas that I put in the rental car. I call Expenser up, if you will. I say, rent car gas, $12.94. In a few minutes, it's posted automatically to my account. Yes, I still save the paper receipt because the company wants that paper copy, but at least I've got it recorded, so if I lost the piece of paper, at least I recorded it somewhere. Okay, in just a few brief minutes here, we've covered several applications, the LinkedIn, the screen toasters, the time bridge, and finally the Expenser. Trying to give you some ideas of what is available out there in cloud computing. Think of this cloud computing as visiting the Container Store. How many have been to the Container Store? Okay, I went there under protest. Okay, I'm a guy. I don't have shopping DNA in me. Okay, by the second visit, I said, this place is too cool. They've got solutions that I didn't know I had the problem for. That was the best part about it. That was the best part. I just wandered around and said, there's my problem. I can get it fixed now. And I would hope that you would look at this cloud computing and these, just a few that we have mentioned here today, is kind of open your vision and so forth, create some discussion for you and your coworkers and other people you associate with, whether it's in your personal life or in your business activities, or both for that matter, and see how you can take advantage of cloud computing to be better tomorrow than we are today.